4 Charlie Delta, traffic's at your 2 o'clock and 2 miles still eastbound. Copy that now.
Welcome to our 8th edition of Volaire Views. I'm Jack Penning, wearing my Fighting Illini gear today, mainly because our governor here in Oregon said no large gatherings until at least October. That would mean no Oregon Ducks football, no Fighting Illini football, so let's hope that does not come to pass. As always, this video is produced by Alex Lynch at Gen XI Productions. We have been collecting some of your questions over the last few weeks, so today, viewer mail. We begin with question number 1. Will network carriers' re-emphasis on their largest hubs create new opportunities for regional airports? Well, the way airlines have been making cuts, seems clear that each hub is serving its region and its region only, and focus cities have pretty well been completely axed. For example, you want to fly from Portland, Oregon to Wilmington, North Carolina, you have to do 2 stops no matter how you go on United Airlines. Denver and Washington Dulles, one-stop options are exceptionally limited. United doesn't even fly Portland, Chicago right now. That's a market that had over 1,000 passengers a day each way. The opportunity for regional airports probably, at least for now, is not in gaining new hubs. That's going to be pretty difficult. The opportunity is that service is being cut in the larger markets in the focus cities, the cities like Austin and Raleigh and Indianapolis. With fewer options at those airports, there's less incentive for your passengers to drive to one. Here is question number 2. Will low-cost carriers move away from competitive, larger markets? The thought behind this question is, why would a low-cost carrier continue to fight it out against a bunch of other carriers in a big market that's been drastically reduced in size by economic conditions, when it could just leave the big market, go to a smaller market, and have it all to itself? And there is some good logic in that thought, but the worry for carriers also will be how much the economy has hurt those smaller markets as well. The big advantage for low-cost carriers is, of course, what makes them a low-cost carrier, and that is low costs. They'll be able to undercut network carriers on fare, at least for a period. They'll be able to grab a ton of the first traffic back. That is the cooped-up vacationer. You could argue they're better positioned to compete in big markets now than they ever were before. But an airport can influence those decisions too. An airport that has exceptionally low costs or zero costs could be very attractive to LCC. So our thought is, and our advice is, for airports to continue to think about your airline cost as we move through this and better position your airlines for success when demand returns. Question number 3. How will passenger leakage to larger hubs change? Well, as I mentioned, many medium and large hub airports have lost a ton of nonstop cities, and that service isn't going to be back this summer. It probably won't be back in fall or winter. There's a big opportunity for smaller airports to market and message to their communities that service now is even more convenient than it would be if you drive to that bigger airport, because you're going to have to take the same connecting flights no matter which airport you use. The Volaire marketing team has spent the last several weeks putting together some detailed best practices in marketing during the pandemic and strategic plans for how to market once we are through the initial portion of this crisis. The key, they say, is in the tone and in the timing, but remember, that can vary by market. Question number 4, why are fares so high right now? Mainly because airlines have zero incentive to discount. No matter how low fares are they really going to make a discretionary travel or book a trip when everything's closed where that traveler is going? Also, how's it going to look if an airline is trying to encourage people to travel when they're under stay-at-home orders? No airline wants to be in that position, even for traffic that or travel that is 6 months away, mainly because we don't know what 6 months from now is going to look like. Also, virtually everybody on a plane right now has some kind of emergency reason to travel. In other words, they have to buy a ticket no matter how much it costs. So if airlines discounted right now, they would be leaving revenue on the table. Question number 5. When will your dogs finally get a treat for appearing in all your videos? Well, here they are. There's my wife, Mary, and the dogs, and they're going to get their treat right now.
Do give them treats pretty often, as a matter of fact, especially when they do good stuff. And they have a couple of tricks that they can do as well. So Willis and Lucy are both sitting very nicely, waiting patiently. Willis, can you give me 5? Good boy. There you go. And Luce, how about you? Sit up. Sit up nice. There you go. All right, good dogs. Good dogs. Good job.
And with that, we wrap another Volaire video. We hope you have a great week, and again, thanks for watching.